Hello everyone, I am Divya, your math facilitator. So in this class, let us discuss the important statements of tangents and secants to a circle chapter. So we have already discussed the introduction, exercise 9.1 and exercise 9.2. So now let's discuss the important statements. So the very first statement here is, you can see the very first statement, the center of a circle. Okay, statement number 1, the center of a circle lies on bisector of angle. So the center of a circle lies on bisector of angle between two tangents drawn from a point outside it. Okay, so what are they saying? Suppose if you have a circle, okay, and if you have from external point P, if you have tangents to the circle, say from this particular external point I have tangents to the circle. Okay, so let me take it this way. Okay, just give me a second. So from external point, how many tangents can I draw? I can draw exactly 2 tangents from an external point. So this is external point. From this external point I can draw 2 tangents to the circle. Okay, so in this way. Getting difficult to draw on this. Okay, so in this way you have 2 tangents to the circle from one particular external point. Okay, so have a look. You have to say that the center of a circle. So where is the center of a circle? This is the center of a circle, say O, and this is PA and PB are 2 tangents to the circle. PA, PB are 2 tangents to the circle and the center is O. So you have to say that the center of a circle lies on bisector of angle. So it should lie on bisector of angle. Who should lie? The center of a circle. Okay, so this center of the circle should lie on the bisector of angle between the 2 tangents. So where is the angle between the 2 tangents? This is the angle between the 2 tangents. You have 2 tangents. So this is the angle between the 2 tangents. These are the 2 tangents. So I have to say that this center will lie on the angle bisector of these 2 tangents drawn from a point outside it. Okay, so you have a point outside the circle and you are drawing 2 tangents. So this is the angle between the 2 tangents. I have to prove that my center of the circle lies on the angle bisector of these 2 angles. So if I say PO is the angle bisector for this angle. Okay, what is the meaning of angle bisector? This PO will divide this angle into equal parts. Suppose if this is X, this also will be X. Okay, if this angle is X, this angle should also be X, which means PO is the angle bisector of this particular angle APB. Clear? So I have to show that this center lies on the angle bisector. Okay, so which means I have to show PO is the angle bisector. So for this again I am joining the radii OA and OB. So we are joining the radii OA and OB. Okay, so just see the proof. How can we prove this? So by joining OA, OB and P to O. Okay, you have to now prove that. So what you have to prove? Required to prove is, now you have to say that PO is angle bisector. Okay, if you can say PO is angle bisector, I can say that O lies on the angle bisector of angle APB. Did you all understand this? If I can say PO is angle bisector, okay, so then I can say O is on the angle bisector. Okay, I have this line P to O. I have to prove that this PO is the angle bisector. If PO is angle bisector, then obviously O is on the angle bisector, isn't it? Are you understanding? So I have to prove that this PO is the angle bisector of this angle APB. So how shall we do this? Do you remember theorem 9.2 we have proved in the previous class? So then we have taken 2 triangles. Okay, what are the 2 triangles in triangle PAO and triangle PBO? Okay, so I can say angle PAO is equals to angle PBO is equal to 90 degree. Isn't it? These two angles are 90 degree. Why? Using theorem 9.1, I can say the radii is perpendicular to tangent, isn't it? So here OA is a radius, it is perpendicular to tangent at the point of contact. So this angle is 90. OB is a radius, it is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. So this angle is also 90. So I can say these two angles are 90. And what else I can say? We know that PO is common side. The proof is very same to the previous 9-point theorem proof. PO is a common side, and also OA equal to OB. Why? Because it is the radii of the circle. So they are equal. So by using RHS congruency, okay, since one angle is 90, okay, one angle is 90, so right angle, PO is the hypotenuse and OA, OB are the common side. So using this congruency, I can say triangle PAO is congruent to triangle PBO. So when both the triangles are congruent, by CPCT, okay, by CPCT, what can we say? Can I say that these two angles are equal in the congruent triangles? I can say that this triangle is congruent to this triangle, right? These two triangles are congruent to each other. So when the triangles are congruent to each other, what about the angles? We can equate the angles, yes or no? So I can say angle APO. I can say angle APO is equals to angle PBPO. Did you all understand this? So angle APO, this angle will be equal to angle BPO. So this angle. Okay. So both the angles are equal. So when both the angles are equal, therefore can I say this PO is angle bisector? Yes, since both the angles are equal, so I can say this PO is the angle bisector. Did you all understand now? Okay, so if PO is the angle bisector, very clearly already O is a point on the angle bisector. So therefore I can say O lies on angle bisector. Angle bisector of whom? Angle bisector of angle APB. PO is the angle bisector. This is the angle bisector of this total angle. See, I have this total angle APB. I have this line PO which is dividing this total angle into two equal parts. Clear? And O is lying on whom? The angle bisector of the angle APB. And what is this angle APB? It is the angle. What is this total angle? It is actually the angle between the two tangents. Clear? So O lies on the angle bisector of the two tangents. Okay, of the two tangents. So did you understand why did I tell you in the previous class that the theorem 9.2 is very important? Using the same theorem, using the same proof, using the same steps, you will be solving many questions of this model. Okay, so please pause the video and make a note of all of this, and let's proceed to the next question. So I hope the last step is also clear for you. Chalo, let's proceed to the next question. So have a look at the statement number 2. In two concentric circles, the chord of the bigger circle. So if you have two concentric circles, what do you understand by concentric circles? Concentric. That means the center is same. Radii can be different. So for example, this can be one circle and this is the other circle. Okay, it is not exactly like a circle, but please do try to understand the concept. Okay, so okay, for example, these are the two circles. Okay, so I can see the center of both the circles is same. Center of the smaller circle and the center of the bigger circle is same. But what is different? Tell me very quickly in the chat box what is different. The radii is different. So the radius of this circle is this, whereas the radius of the bigger circle is different. Hai na? So now, but the centers are same. So concentric circle definition is the centers are same but radius are different. And the chord of a bigger circle. So if I take a chord for the bigger circle, now what is a chord? We have already learnt in our previous class. So chord is nothing but a line segment which touches 2 points on a circle. So if I consider a chord for the bigger circle, okay, that touches the smaller circle. So tell me, if something is touching a smaller circle, what does it become? Okay, so chord is nothing but it will chord for bigger circle, it will join 2 points on the circle, whereas touching the smaller circle, so if I have a circle, if it is touching the circle, okay, it is just touching the circle, what do we call this? We call it as a tangent, isn't it? And I have a bigger circle, and this is actually the chord for a bigger circle. Okay, so this line which I can see AB is touching the smaller circle, so it is a tangent for the smaller circle, and this AB is actually joining 2 points of the bigger circle. Okay, so if I only consider the bigger circle, this AB is a chord for the bigger circle. Do you understand now? So I need to take such a line segment which is actually a chord for the bigger circle and a tangent for the smaller circle. Okay, so something like this. Clear? So I have to take something like this, which has to be a chord for the bigger circle and a tangent for the smaller circle. Okay, so let me mark it as A, B. Okay, and okay, so that is bisected at the point of contact. So you have to say that this chord which you are drawing, which is a chord, AB is a chord. So you have to say that this chord is bisected. What is the meaning of bisecting? Dividing into half and half. Okay, bisecting means dividing into equal parts. So I have to prove that this chord is bisected at the point of contact. Where do we have the point of contact? With the smaller circle. So if I have, this is a smaller circle, yes, so this is AB is a tangent for the smaller circle, so this is the point of contact. So I have to say that this point of contact is actually dividing the chord into 2 equal parts. Clear? So that is what we have to prove. So suppose the point of contact, I am taking it as P. Okay, so I have to prove P divides AB into 2 equal parts, or I have to prove P, these 2 parts are equal. Okay, P is the midpoint of AB, isn't it? If I say P divides AB into 2 equal parts, all I can say P will be the midpoint of AB, right? So PA should be equal to PB, right? So this is a very important concept you will have to understand. Now how shall we prove this? Okay, once you try to understand the statements, geometry contains lot of statements. Okay, if you are able to understand what is given to you, then you will understand what you have to do. If you are not able to understand what is given to you, then it is very difficult. Okay, so have a look now. So this is the thing given to us. So there are 2 concentric circles, 1 and 2, same center, different radii. So I have a chord for the bigger circle AB. The bigger circle chord is touching the smaller circle at a point P. Now I have to prove that this point P is bisecting the chord. Matlab this point P is dividing the chord into 2 equal halves. All you can see, P is the midpoint of these 2, the line segment AB. So what is that I have to prove? So required to prove, I have to prove that PA equal to PB, or the same thing you can write, P is midpoint of AB. So whatever you are proving, it will hold good. So till here, is it very clear? Yes? Chalo, let's proceed now. So let's write the proof here. Okay, so to write the proof, what we are doing is, from the center O, I am joining this radius. Okay, O to A is a bigger circle radius. O to B, center O to a point B is a bigger circle radius. Okay, so this is also radius, this is also radius. Do you understand? OA is the radius of the bigger circle, OB is also radius of the bigger circle. Okay, and let me also join O to P. So what am I doing? So join O to A, O to B and O to P. Okay, from center O, A, B, P, all the points I am joining. Now what shall we do? You can very clearly see 2 triangles are formed here, OAP, and so in triangle OAP is one triangle and triangle OBP is one triangle. This is one triangle, this is one triangle, one left, one right. Now what about these angles? Who will tell me? See, this is the radius. OP is the radius of whom? The smaller circle. OP is the radius of the smaller circle, and this is a tangent. So can I say radius and tangent are perpendicular? So angle, so when they are perpendicular, so this is 90 and this is also 90, right? So angle OPA is equals to angle OPB. OPA is equals to angle OPB. So these two angles are equal. They are equal to 90. Why? Because we know radii and tangent are perpendicular to each other. Next, what is OA and OB? OA is equal to OB because they are the radii of whom, beta? They are the radii of bigger circle, isn't it? OA and OB are radii of bigger circle. What else can I say? OP is the common side. OP, see, it is the common side for both the triangles. So therefore, can I say triangle? See, one right angle is equal. There is one common side, and these are two, which are these are two equal sides. Okay, so have a look here. OP is a common side. OA and OB are actually the hypotenuse for this triangle. Hypotenuse are equal. So therefore, by using RHS congruency, I can say triangle OAP. Triangle OAP. So triangle OAP is congruent to triangle OBP. The two triangles are congruent. So when the two triangles are congruent, by CPCT, can I equate the other parts? What are the other parts of the triangle? This side is already equal to this side. OP is the common side. What is the remaining part? PA and PB are the two sides. So I can write PA equal to PB. Okay, so that is what you have to prove, PA equal to PB. So you got it. Very important. Very important this is. Clear? Okay, so let's proceed to statement 3 now. So in the first statement also we have proved they are congruent. Second statement also we have proved they are congruent. So let's proceed to the next one. Okay, so the next statement, have a look at the next statement. If two tangents AP and AQ are drawn to a circle with center O. Okay, so I have two tangents. I have a circle again. So I'll have two tangents from an external point O. The center of the circle is O. If two tangents AP and AQ, okay, so the external point should be A to P, A to Q. So A is the external point. So AP and AQ are drawn to a circle with center O. So center of the circle is O. From an external point A. So external point is A. So let me draw the tangents first. And you keep thinking, how shall we solve this question? Okay, so this is one tangent. This is the other tangent. Okay, so here kuch is tarah. Okay, so these are the two tangents. So let me take it as AP. This is AQ. Okay, A is the external point A, and from external point A I have A to P one tangent, A to Q one tangent to a circle with center is O. I have to prove that angle PAQ, this angle, this total angle, I have to prove this total angle is equals to 2 times angle OPQ. So OPQ, for that I have to join this first OP and Q. Okay, OPQ is this angle. I have to prove that this angle is 2 times this small angle. Okay, and that is also equal to 2 times angle OQP. OQP is this angle. This angle. This is OQP. Okay, so we have to prove that this bigger angle between the two tangents is equal to 2 times the angle between these two. Okay, so 2 times of this angle or 2 times of this angle. Clear? And these two angles will be equal. Anyone can tell me why? Why are these two angles equal? Anyone? Why? See, now OPQ is a triangle and it's a isosceles triangle because you have OP is radius, OQ is radius. It is an isosceles triangle. In an isosceles triangle, the angles opposite to the equal sides are equal. Okay, so this is the isosceles triangle. So these are equal sides. So these angles will be equal. Okay, so that is a property of isosceles triangle. I hope you remember. So let's start the proof now. So to prove this, what shall I do? To prove this, what shall I do? So see here. Let us prove. What I have to prove? I have to prove this. I have to prove this. Okay, so let me take angle PAQ and I'll take it as theta. Why theta? Because always representing angle PAQ, it will be difficult for us, so let us simply take it as theta. So if you can consider the triangle, you can see APQ is a triangle. Can you see this is a triangle APQ? This is a triangle. Okay, this we have taken it as theta. Now who will tell me AP and AQ are what? A to P, external point to point of contact, this is length of tangent. External point to point of contact, this is also length of tangent. What does theorem 9.2 tell you? So by using theorem 9.2, I can say that length of tangents from external point are equal. So I can say A to P, AP is equals to AQ. These two are equal. Why are they equal? Because we have learnt in theorem 9.2 length of tangents from external point are equal. Now this become a isosceles triangle. So when these two sides are equal, it's an isosceles triangle when two sides of a triangle are equal. Just now I told you when two sides are equal, these angles are also equal. The opposite angles are equal. Okay, so here I can say angle, therefore I can say angle APQ is equals to angle AQP. These two angles are equal. APQ is equals to AQP. Clear? So now in this triangle APQ, till here I hope it is clear. Now in this triangle APQ, sum of all the three angles is how much? So I can say angle APQ plus angle PAQ plus angle AQP. Sum of all the three angles is 180. APQ, this angle, PQA, this angle, PAQ, this angle. All the three angles sum is 180. But what is angle PAQ? You have taken it as theta. So angle PAQ I have taken it as theta plus angle APQ and angle AQP, both are equal. So can I write it as angle APQ, and here also I am writing it as angle APQ because both the angles are equal. So instead of AQP I am writing APQ only. So that is equal to 180. So can you tell me what is angle APQ? 2 times angle. This is also angle APQ. This is also angle APQ. 1 APQ plus 1 APQ is 2 APQ. 2 times angle APQ is equal to 180. Transposing theta to the other side is minus theta. Now what is angle APQ? It is nothing but 180 minus theta divided by 2. Or if I write, can I write this way? 180 divided by 2 minus theta divided by 2. 180 divided by 2 is 90 minus this is theta divided by 2. So what is angle APQ? I got this angle APQ. This angle is nothing but 90 minus theta by 2. Now both the angles are equal. So this is also how much beta? It is also 90 minus theta by 2. Clear till here? Okay. And is it visible? The last step, is it visible? Okay. Chalo, right. So it is 90 minus theta by 2. Okay. So angle APQ is equal to 90 minus theta by 2. Now I got this angle. I got which angle? This angle I got as 90 minus theta by 2. This angle is also 90 minus theta by 2. Clear? So now have a look at the next part of the solution. So what about this total angle? Who will tell me this total angle? This is the radii. OP is the radii and AP is a tangent. So between the radii and tangent, what is this angle? It has to be how much? Total angle should be 90. So can I say this total angle APO? See, this is the radius, this APO. This angle should be how much? It has to be 90. In between you have this line PQ. Are you able to understand? So this angle I have to find. This angle I got it as 90 minus theta by 2. The total angle is 90. So can I write angle APO is actually 90 degree. Angle APO, this total angle is 90. Why? Because radii is perpendicular to tangent. Now what else can I say? Angle APO, I can write it into two parts. Angle APQ and angle QPO. Angle APQ and angle QPO. This angle and this angle. So angle APQ plus angle QPO is equal to 90. Simple. So angle APQ is how much? 90 minus theta by 2. So 90 minus theta by 2 plus angle QPO is equal to 90. So what is angle QPO? QPO will be 90. Transpose this 90 here, so it will be minus 90. Minus theta by 2 will become plus theta by 2. So 90 90 cancel. Angle QPO is actually equal to theta by 2. Or can I write from this? Can I write theta is equal to 2 times angle QPO? What is theta? Theta is nothing but angle PAQ. So angle PAQ is equals to 2 times angle QPO. We have proved this part. Okay, QPO or OPQ is both same. Again, don't get confused. See here, QPO is this angle, OPQ is also the same angle. Again, no confusion. Okay, so if you feel you will have a confusion, here itself you can change. So OPQ or QPO are both the same angles actually. See here, QPO, OPQ, they are same. Okay, but still if there is any confusion you can change here itself. Clear? So this is what I proved. Now just now I told you in this triangle these two angles are equal because it's an isosceles triangle. Or else if you want to prove again, also see this is also 90, this angle is 90 by 2, so this also you will get it as 2 times angle 2 times theta. This also you got it as 2 times theta, isn't it? You got as theta by 2. Angle QPO, I got it as theta by 2. This also you will get as theta by 2. Theta by 2 is equals to, theta is this. Okay, so I can write this is nothing but half of this angle. Okay, so that is what it is given here. Angle PAQ divided by 2 equal to angle OPQ. So this angle is half of this angle. Or I can say this bigger angle is 2 times this angle. Whichever the representation we are doing, it is actually the same. So as we have proved this, you can also prove this. Clear? So have a look at the steps again. So firstly I have taken this angle as theta. I have taken this triangle APQ. So I know that length of tangents are equal. So these two angles are equal. So using angle sum property of a triangle, I got this angle as 90 minus theta by 2. But I know this total angle is 90 because radii and tangent are perpendicular. So taking the total angle 90, again this angle is divided into 2 parts. This is one part, this is one part. So writing here, I got this angle as theta by 2. Okay, so I got angle QPO as theta by 2. So transposing 2 to the other side, theta is equal to 2 times angle QPO. But theta is nothing but angle PAQ. So I can write angle PAQ equal to 2 angle OPQ or POQ. Okay, so similarly you can prove the other one also. Right, so this is how we can prove this statement, and I hope the explanation is very clear for you, and you will have to practice it once again. Oh, the last part is not visible. I hope it is visible now, right? I'm so sorry. So yes, we have just transposed 2 to the other side, so I got theta equal to 2 angle QPO. 2 angle QPO. So theta is nothing but angle PAQ. So PAQ is equals to 2 times angle QPO. That is what we have to prove. So this part is proved. So I told you these two angles are equal, right? So if this is theta by 2, this is also theta by 2. Otherwise, if you want to prove, again you can prove using the same steps because this total angle is also 90. Clear? So let's proceed to the next one. Okay, so the next statement is a quadrilateral ABCD is drawn circumscribing a circle. So you have a quadrilateral. Quadrilateral has how many sides? Quadrilateral has 4 sides. So any figure with 4 sides, 4 line segments as the sides is called a quadrilateral. So you have a quadrilateral. It is circumscribing a circle. So always remember, whenever this word is used, what is circumscribing what? Quadrilateral is circumscribing a circle. So quadrilateral will be outside. If you say circle is circumscribing a quadrilateral, then circle will be outside, quadrilateral will be inside. Okay, so what is this? Circle circumscribing a quadrilateral. Okay, so circle will be outside. Quadrilateral circumscribing a circle. So quadrilateral will be outside here in this case. Okay, so then you have to prove AB plus CD equal to AD plus BC. Let us write this is A, B, C, D. This is a quadrilateral. As you can see, since the quadrilateral is circumscribing a circle, which means it is around, outside the circle, touching the circle. Okay, so let me mark this point as P, this as Q, this as R, and this as S. So have a look at this. So this is like point of contact. This is like a tangent, point of contact, tangent, point of contact, point of contact and point of contact. At single point it is touching the circle. Okay, and just consider this single point A. Tell me, is this point A inside the circle or outside the circle? Okay, we know that the point A is outside the circle, isn't it? This particular point A is outside the circle. So I have a circle, I have a point A here, and from A I can see there are two lines in this way. Can you see? From A I have two lines, AP and AS. AP and AS. So now these are two tangents. Are you able to understand? Okay, so from this point A I have two lines, AP and AS. Now these are like two tangents. So can I say AP is equals to AS? We know from theorem 9.2, length of tangents drawn from external point are equal. So I can say AP equal to AS. Similarly, if I consider the point B, tell me, is point B external or internal? It is also external. So from point B, if I can consider, again I'll have two tangents, isn't it? So I am having two tangents in this way. See here. So in this way I am having two tangents, right? So this is BP is one tangent, and what is this point? Q. Okay, so from point B I have two tangents, BP and BQ. So can I say BP is equals to BQ? Because length of tangents from external point are equal. Similarly, see point C. From point C also I have two tangents, CQ and CR. So can I say CQ is equal to CR? Now when you are writing this, always write CQ this side and CR this side. Why? I'll tell you in the last step. And from point D, see point D is also external. From this point D again I have two tangents, DR and DS. So can I write DR is equals to DS? Now here you have, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3 and this is 4th equation. Add all the 4 equations, means you will add all the LHS and all the RHS. So adding all the LHS I have AP plus BP plus CR plus DR is equal to, on RHS I have AS plus BQ plus CQ plus DS. On LHS all the 4 I have added, on the RHS all the 4 I have added. Now what is AP plus BP? AP plus BP is total AB. This is total AB. Plus what is CR plus DR? CR plus DR is total CD. Now did you understand why did we write a CR this side? Okay, so that, see here, so that I have BQ and I can add CQ also the other side. Okay, and I have CR, if I write this side then I can write DR this side, so that I can add both of them because I want a line segment. Okay, so always understand, you will go by the order. So if I am writing AP, okay, AP equal to AS, on the left hand side only I'll write BP. AP's other part is BP, so this BP I'll write here itself. Okay, writing BQ equal to BP is also correct. The two tangents are equal. I can write BQ equal to BP also. But again, when I want to write the last step, if I have BQ here, I cannot add AP and BQ. Right? So if I write AP and PB, I can get whatever is required. Okay? If I write AP plus BP on one side, I can add both of them. I can get AB. Okay? So did you all understand why did we do this? Now here also, see here. AS plus DS. AS plus DS will give me total AD plus BQ plus CQ. BQ plus CQ will give me total BC. So with this I got whatever I have to prove. Clear? So to prove that, what is the only step you will consider? The first point is length of tangents from external points are equal. Second point is, when you are writing the tangents, be careful that this is a common mistake. So you all know length of tangents are equal, I have to take that concept. But when you are writing it, till here you will write. After this, while adding, it will be a problem for you. Why? Because you are not writing it in order. So always write it in order. What is the order? If I am writing AP this side, AP ka corresponding part is BP. So I should also get BP this side. Okay, so here I can write BP equal to BQ. So BP should be on the side of AP. Then next, CR I have written here. So DR also should be here itself. CR I wrote on the LHS. DR also should be on the LHS only. Because CR plus DR will give me CD. If I write CR here and DR this side, it will be of no use for me. Okay, so you will feel you know the solution, you know how to solve, but again it is of no use. So always remember the order is important for this question. Okay, so I hope with this we completed clearly, perfectly the 4 statements along with the proof. So once you are comfortable with these proofs, exercise 9.1 will be 9.2 will be super easy for you. Okay, so I'll meet again in the exercise 9.2 class. Okay, so do wait for that class. And also, if you understood everything whichever I taught you in this session, don't forget to like the video, share this with all your friends, so that if we grow our family, if I have a big number of students watching the class, I feel like doing more and more videos. It gives a lot of motivation. I hope you understand. So do share it with all your friends and do like the video right now. And if you're not subscribed yet, do subscribe the channel, because I have a lot of exciting things coming up for you in the channel. Okay, so I'm bringing a lot of exciting things for you in the channel, so don't forget to subscribe the channel, right? So thank you so much, take care, bye bye.